We are going to get started. So thank you, everyone, for your time. We have GCU's head softball coach, Shannon, here, along with Micaiah and Savannah. After our head coach gives a opening statement, we'll open it up for questions. If you have a question, raise your hand and pass the mic. And then we'll go to our Zoom for any questions that are on there. So take it away.
I'm glad you called them Savannah and Micaiah because I forgot that was their names, MK and Sav. We're thrilled to be here. I was here at a regional, I think 10 years ago or 11 years ago when I was at Texas Tech. It's a great place to come play, great environment. It's fun to bring a team like what we have this year with these types of student athletes. Very proud of them, have had a great year. Didn't know what to expect this year with this group, but they've exceeded whatever expectations I did have. Starting in the circle, and then with MK coming back, she'd already was going to graduate. She decided to come back 1 year, and her leadership's been great for us. And then, of course, with the year that Savannah's had, an All-American type year, having her at the top of our lineup has been instrumental for us to have such a good ball club. So we're excited about being here.
Jason Barr with KGUN 9, ABC station here in Tucson. First for Sav and MK. How does it feel to be in Tucson? I believe you were in LA for the regional for a few years. Do you feel good about going someplace new? And how do you feel about coming here to play at Candrea Field at Rita Hill Red Stadium?
It's nice to have a different environment. I've played here a couple times in high school, but I really like this field. It's a nice field and like a different environment compared to UCLA.
I mean, it's exciting. I think that being a team that has gone to LA the last 3 years and a team that can come here and do something different, it's special. So it's just awesome to see that, we're going to do something different this year.
Okay, yeah. For Coach, I believe you've got the longest winning streak in the country going into the NCAA tournament. Does that mean anything going into this series?
Hopefully it means that we're a competent team and we're able to play good softball. But other than that, no. I mean, a totally different season now. This is our third season as far as during the year. You have the pre-conference conference, and then hopefully you get to play in that third season. And so it's a whole new ball game, but it's fun. And I think the schedule we've played this year hopefully has prepared us for that. And hopefully our pitching will go out and do what it's done up to this point. If your pitchers go out and get ahead in the count and get off to a good start, it always lets you work into games like this, from my experience. And so, you hate to put that kind of pressure on your pitching, but that's just how it goes. If you can go out and get off to a good start, then you got a chance.
We'll rotate it then and go back to the players. GCU has never beaten Arizona, I believe. Now, I know you play Ole Miss first, and obviously that's your focus, but at some point you probably have to go through Arizona to get to the Super Regional. Boy, you've come close the last couple times. You chomping at the bit to beat Arizona, MK?
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, just because it's never been done before doesn't mean that we can't do it, and I think that that's something that our team this season has really just kind of stood on. Just because it's never been done doesn't mean that we can't be the first. So we're excited. We're looking forward to our game tomorrow, but hopefully we can get to Saturday's game.
Oh, yeah, I'd say we just take one game at a time, but it's fun to compete against these different teams and compete on a bigger scale.
Sav, you're at the top of the order. What do you think about Devin Netz, and what type of challenge does she present if you get to Arizona?
As a pitcher?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I just know she's an all-around player. I don't really pay attention too much to other teams as their stats and stuff, but I just think their whole team is it's just going to be hard to play them. They're a very competitive team, and any teams that we're going to play are going to be hard. So either way, just got to compete.
Coach, give me your thoughts on the regional as a whole. I was reading some people think it's one of the toughest regionals in in the country, several teams in the top 30, whatever it is. What are your thoughts on the overall regional and the type of teams that are here this weekend?
Yeah, great regional. I think, to these guys' credit, we're one of the reasons that makes it a really tough regional, us being a 3 seed. And obviously, you've got, Ole Miss, know their coaches, staff well. Obviously, they see great pitching every weekend, and Arizona is Arizona. So, yeah, it's tough. It was tough last year for us, Virginia Tech, UCLA, San Diego State. Hopefully that's helped prepare us. We can stack that experience year to year. But we've got new girls, and so there's going to be a newness to it. That's why I always go back to the pitching. If you can pitch well and get off to a good start, give your team a chance to kind of settle into games like this, gain confidence. That'll give a team like us a chance to win the game, and that's the same how it is for everyone. So.
You mentioned your pitching. I think your ERA is really up there as far as the national stats this year. How important is that going to be, MK, this weekend?
I think it's very important. I mean, obviously, we know that these teams are competitive, and our pitching is what's going to keep us in it. So as long as we can continue to have confidence for our pitching and just to play some really good defense, I think that we can compete with all 3 of these teams.
Okay, now we'll go to, we have D1 softball, Eric Lopes with D1 softball on Zoom. So we're going to see if this sound works.
All right. Can you hear me good?
We hear you, E.
Awesome. Coach, I want to start with you. What stands out about Ole Miss watching them on tape?
Everything. Their lefty's a tough matchup. Somebody that throws that many change-ups. One of the strengths of our lineup is the lefties and the speed we have in our lineup. So that's going to be a tough matchup for us if that's who we face, because obviously they have really good pitching depth. And then, they've got a great leadoff hitter that we've got to try to control and try to keep her off base. Their whole lineup's really good, and obviously they've got that great power-hitting catcher in the middle. So, it's going to be a great challenge. It'll be fun to see Aaron Earlywine. I haven't seen him in a while. He's back coaching softball again, so it was fun hearing from him. I used to coach against him when he was at Missouri, so he was a great pickup for their staff. But, it's going to be – it's hard to answer questions right now and even think about Arizona because, we know that Missouri's a big-time team.
For the players, describe what's it like playing for Coach Hayes.
There we go.
You can go.
Okay. I mean, as far as the coaching that I've had within my collegiate career, I think that he is the best coach that I've had. Just his confidence in his players, his ability to make you feel comfortable, like in a space, and to be yourself is awesome. And it's like a little family we have, so it's awesome to see that and kind of be a part of something like that. So,
I think he's very smart when it comes to this sport. He's taught me a lot and has really helped me grow with my abilities, and is also just a great person to be around.
Also for both players, was there a moment this season when you felt this team could be special and accomplish what you've accomplished to this point?
I mean, for me, it was our competition against Florida. Obviously, that didn't go in our favor, but I think that we competed with them, and no one really thought we would. So I think that for me, on the field and knowing that our pitching, our hitting, our fielding, we had the confidence to go play them and to compete with them, and they're an amazing team. So for me, that's when I knew, like, you know what, we can do whatever we want as long as we just put our minds to it and don't give up. So.
Yeah, just seeing our whole team come together and compete together, not just win as one or win as like one person wins. We all just kind of play together and competing against those bigger teams. Seeing how girls don't really break down, they're here to play and they want to compete against those bigger teams.
Question for Coach. Obviously, it came out, you signed a contract extension with the school. I know we talked a little while ago about what you have there is pretty special. I would assume this was not too complicated for you. Take me through that. Staying there and the commitment from the school.
Yeah, it's really easy when you have people that want you there, of course, and the leadership that we have. I think we have one of the best, if not the best, athletic directors in the whole country, and our president is amazing. They realize how important college athletics is to the brand of Grand Canyon as a university, and for them to see softball in that light and see how big softball is now, the national stage and the media spotlight, they recognize that, and so I'm very appreciative and flattered that they want me to lead that. But you know what makes it special is the players that we've had here, and like these two. I mean, you know, they know what Grand Canyon's all about, and they know it's a special place, has a special feel to it. So it's a great place to recruit to. So, you know, I think we're different than anywhere in the country, you know, just the vibe that we have at GCU. So feel very fortunate to be able to sign on for another 5 years.
And then my last question to you, what is going to be a couple keys for your team this weekend to have a successful weekend? If your team does blank, you'll have a successful weekend. What is that?
Well, if you're looking at us right now, you'll see a couple of the keys. I won't have much to do with it. They've put in the work. They're the reason why we're 46-6. We really do. You don't want to jinx them. We've got impact players here. You know, these two are impact players. You know, I wouldn't take any leadoff hitter in front of Sav or senior leader like MK, and our team's full of that. It's just playing how we've been playing. You know, getting off to a good start, being confident. I think this group will, but you know, the way this sport is, you know, the Yankees, when they have great teams, you know, if you go out and you start off poorly, it's like any sport. You want to get off to a good start, gain confidence and momentum, and hopefully we'll do that.
Oh, one more question.
For MK and Sav, having been to this level last year, and what do you draw from that? How do you feel differently walking in this year, and what do you pass along to teammates who haven't been here?
I mean, for me, I feel more confident and not as anxious. I think that last year, being my first regional, it's a regional out year at UCLA. It's one of the most historic fields to play at, and there's a lot of course, media attention around it, a lot of pressure. So this time, I just feel relaxed. It's just another game. It's just another weekend. We're going to come and compete, and I hope that I can help my younger teammates with that as well, not feel the pressure and just realize it's just another game. So just go out and compete and play.
Yeah, like MK said, it's just we're out here to compete. I don't want to just go out here to just say that I went to regional. I want to keep playing for the older girls and set a good example for the younger girls. Like last year, we played well. I wasn't as nervous. If now I'm a little more anxious just because I want to win a lot more than I wanted to last year. So.
And one last quick one for Shannon. The All Regions came out today, these two, and Jada and Taryn as well. What do you think about those and the ones that were not? I can see you nodding your head.
Yeah, no, not a good question for me right now, because this one to me is an All-American. And, you know, I hate seeing politics like that in our sport. Nothing against the others. You know, there's great players, especially at that position that she's at. So hopefully I'm counting on her getting it in one of the other ways that you can get it. But, I mean, when you hit over 500 and steal 47 bags, I mean, that's basically, and you have 6 or 7 doubles, so that's basically she hit 55 doubles and hasn't been thrown out. And so I think the people here know what she can do, and I know what she can do. So, and I'm happy for the others as well, obviously happy for Jada. Sometimes it's just where you're put down on the position in your region. You know, obviously, you know, it's easier. I had a girl one time when I was coaching Oklahoma Christian. She was my 6-hole hitter, and she made first team All-American because she was down as a utility / pitcher, and she still laughs about that. But you know, sometimes it's just the way it falls. But I see through things through a purple lens and know how good Sav is, and so you know, I'm disappointed.
All right, that concludes this press conference. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.